Hello, this is Sharmi Russell, Office Manager here at Iowa Healthcare Collaborative, and I will be walking you through on how to use the expense form for your travel expense reimbursement. For the purposes of this training, when you hear me say GSA, I am referring to the travel guidelines set forth by the federal government, and per diem refers to your meals. For your convenience, the form you receive will be pre-populated with some information. This may include the name of the event, location, dates, and GSA rates. It is preferred that you fill this out electronically. However, you may print and handwrite the information. We ask that you do not alter or change any of the pre-populated information or formulas. Let's get started. Start by filling in the top blue shaded areas with your name and address. This will be who we make the check out to and where it will be mailed. If your clinic or other party is paying for your expenses, make sure they include your name for reference. Purpose, date, and locations will most likely be filled in for you. If not, be sure to be descriptive. Under the Dates heading in the middle of your form, you will enter individual dates using the month, day, year format. Dates may be pre-populated. Types of expenses are listed down the left side of the form. Your first entry can be mileage. You may submit the miles from starting point, home or office, to your airport. Enter these one-way miles under date they occur. Don't forget to enter your return miles from the airport to your home as well. Next will be your hotel amount. The GSA rate will be communicated to you before you book your room. Hotel taxes are in addition to the rate. In some cases, we can secure a block of rooms. You will receive that information in a separate communication. Anything over the GSA rate will not be covered and will be at your own expense unless pre-approved. You will enter the daily total in the peach areas under each date. To the far right, the total should match what your hotel bill shows. We must have a copy of the final bill showing a zero balance. We will not reimburse any personal expenses charged to your hotel bill. Your per diem or meals will be calculated for you based on the GSA rates and will be pre-populated on the form that you receive. We do not need any receipts, but I highly recommend you always keeping your itemized originals, not the credit card ones, for your records. If your trip allows for per diems, we can prepay your per diem stipend up to 2 weeks before your trip if you wish for us to do so. If this is the case, you must submit this form to us no later than 2 weeks prior to your trip to give our accounting department time to process the payments. If you would rather submit all your expenses at once after you return, you may do so. Ground transportation is the next line item. This includes taxis, Ubers, shuttles, bus, and your parking. Enter your daily total for each day in the peach area under the date. Receipts are required. The last expense is for other. This will be for your flight cost and baggage. You can enter the flight totals in the peach area under your first day's travel and add any baggage fee on the day they occur. GSA regulations only allow for coach economy flights. The current GSA round-trip total will be communicated to you before you book your flight. Any flights over that rate must be pre-approved before purchase by our office. Receipts are required. The final step for this form is your signature. There are two options to return the completed form. Email me the form and supporting documents to the email address at the bottom left of the form highlighted in yellow. Your email should include your name followed by the event with the date in the subject line. Or you may mail it to the address at the top of the form, attention Sharmi Russell. Let's talk about your receipts. As mentioned above, you must provide detailed receipts for all the areas in peach: hotel, ground transportation, parking, flight, and baggage. The best way to do this is to tape as many receipts possible on a single piece of paper and make a photocopy. You keep the originals and send us the copies. If a receipt is missing, that amount will be deducted from your total. In the event you cancel your trip, any prepaid stipends you received must be reimbursed to IHC immediately. If we paid money to a clinic, they will be held responsible to make arrangements to repay us. Final expense forms and supporting documents are due to our office 10 business days after the event. Let's do a quick recap. Travel log must be filled out and signed to receive a reimbursement, preferably electronically. Flights costing over the GSA rates must be pre-approved. Per diem and flights can be reimbursed prior to travel if the paperwork is received no later than 10 days prior to travel. Deadline for submitting remaining expenses will be 10 days after the event. Copy, scan supporting documents and receipts and send them with your travel log to the accounting email. Don't forget to put your name and the name of the event in the subject line. If you receive reimbursement prior to travel and then cancel your trip, you are responsible for paying the money back to IHC. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me by email or phone. Have a great trip.